The dust hadn't even settled from my truck's tires when the ranch hand's lasso whipped out like a serpent, snaring my ankle and yanking me flat on my ass in the middle of the corral. "City boy thinks he can just waltz in here?" A gravelly voice snarled from the shadows of the stable. And there he was, Jack Harlan, the cowboy coach I'd crossed 3 states to find, his silhouette framed by the dying sun like some goddamn myth come to life. My heart slammed against my ribs, not from the fall, but from the ice in his eyes, the kind that said he'd bury me deeper than the Montana soil if I so much as breathed wrong. I'd driven all night from Chicago, the skyline fading in my rearview like a bad dream, chasing whispers of redemption on the wind-swept plains. Jack Harlan wasn't just any coach. He was a legend in the cutting horse world, the man who'd turned greenhorns into champions and broken more wild Mustangs than most men had heartaches. But me, I was Eli Grant, 28, a washed-up event planner with a knee that still ached from a bar fight I didn't start and a soul scarred from loving the wrong guy in the wrong city. My ex, Trevor, had left me for a straight-laced accountant, whispering, "It's not you, it's the life," as he packed his bags. Code for, "I can't handle the gay part in public." That betrayal had gutted me, turned every mirror into an enemy. So I sold my loft, quit my job, and pinned everything on a Hail Mary, training under Jack to prove to myself I could tame something wilder than my regrets. Little did I know Jack had ghosts of his own, ones that made him spit venom at anyone offering a hand. He strode over, boots crunching gravel like bones underfoot. His Stetson tipped low over eyes the color of storm clouds. Up close, he was broader than the photos suggested, 6'3" of lean muscle wrapped in faded denim, and a chambray shirt rolled to elbows that spoke of endless sun and sweat. A scar jagged across his jaw, faint but deliberate, like a signature. "You Grant?" he growled, not offering a hand to pull me up. I scrambled to my feet, brushing dirt from my chinos. Stupid choice for a ranch, but Chicago habits die hard. "Yeah, Eli. Here to train." My voice cracked just enough to make me wince. I'd rehearsed this in the mirror, all confident swagger, but his stare stripped it away. He snorted, a sound like dry thunder. "Train? Boy, this ain't yoga in the park. You got a reservation or just delusions?" He jerked his chin at the lasso still coiled in his gloved fist, the rope warm from the day's heat. "Reservation under Harlan Ranch. Paid in full. 6 weeks. Cutting horse basics to advanced." I thrust out my phone, the confirmation email glowing like a shield. His lip curled, but he glanced at it, then back at me, something flickering in those eyes. Recognition? Distrust? Couldn't tell. "Follow me," he muttered, turning on his heel without another word. I grabbed my duffel from the truck bed, the weight of it nothing compared to the knot in my gut. The ranch sprawled like a living thing. Weathered barns red as rust, corrals ringed with white fences that gleamed under the vast sky, and beyond, the Bitterroot Mountains clawing at the horizon. Air thick with pine and horse, it hit me like a promise or a warning. This was Montana, raw and unyielding, where men measured worth in calluses, not corner offices. Jack led me to a bunkhouse on the edge of the property. A long, low building with a sagging porch and wildflowers choking the steps. Inside, it smelled of cedar and old leather, bunks stacked like cordwood. "Yours," he said, pointing to the end one. "Mess hall at dawn. Be late, you're gone." He paused at the door, back to me, shoulders tense as bowstrings. "And Grant, don't think this makes us friends. I don't need your kind of help." The door slammed like a gunshot, leaving me in the dim light of a single bulb. "Your kind." The words hung heavier than the dust. Was it the city polish? The way my eyes lingered a beat too long on the flex of his forearms? Or something deeper, an echo of his own buried truths? I collapsed onto the bunk, the springs groaning in sympathy, and stared at the rafters. 6 weeks. I'd make him see me or die trying. Dawn cracked the sky like an egg, yolk spilling gold over the valley. I was up before the rooster, coffee black as sin in a tin mug, when the hands started filtering into the mess hall. Roughnecks mostly, bearded faces etched with wind, laughs booming like shotgun blasts. They eyed me like a stray dog, but nodded when I poured refills. Jack was last, plate piled with eggs and biscuits, sitting alone at the head table. Our eyes met across the room. He looked away first, jaw set. After breakfast, he herded us to the arena, a dirt oval baked hard as brick. 8 of us newbies, plus a handful of returners, saddled up on geldings that eyed us like we'd stolen their breakfast. Jack mounted his own, a sleek bay named Thunder, effortless as breathing, and started the lesson. Cuttin' ain't ridin'. It's dancin' with the devil. You separate the cow from the herd, you hold it mind, body, soul. Let go, it stomps you flat. He demonstrated, Thunder moving like liquid shadow, cow dodging left, horse mirroring right, a ballet of instinct and iron will. My heart raced, not from fear, but awe. This man commanded the earth itself. When my turn came, my horse, a stubborn roan named Rusty, bucked like he sensed my greenness. I clung, thighs burning, but Jack's voice cut through. Heels down, eyes up. You're apologizing to that nag instead of Leah Din. I gritted my teeth, urging Rusty forward. The cow bolted, we cut it clean, for a heartbeat. Then Rusty faltered, and I ate dirt again. Laughter rippled from the others. Jack rode over, dismounted slow. Off, he said, not unkindly. He adjusted my stirrups, hands brushing my boot. Electric, unintended. Feel the horse, not fight it. Like trustin' a partner in the dark. His fingers lingered a second too long, or maybe I imagined it. He pulled back sharp, face hardening. Again, without the drama. By noon, I was saddle-sore and humbled, but we'd clicked once. Me and Rusty, cow pinned like a butterfly. Jack saw it. His nod was grudging, but there. Lunch was beans and cornbread under a cottonwood, stories flying about busted chutes and near misses. I stayed quiet, listening, the rhythm of this life seeping in. Jack sat apart, sketching in a worn notebook. Fences, horses, secrets. Afternoon brought roping drills, lassos whistling through air thick with heat. Mine tangled every third throw, but I laughed it off, earning a chuckle from old-timer Cal. Jack watched from the fence, arms crossed, that scar catching the sun. Grant, he called finally. Over here. He handed me his own lasso, still warm from use. Wrist like this. Snap, not fling. His hand closed over mine, guiding the loop. Rough palm against my skin, calluses like braille spelling out a lifetime of labor. Time stretched. I caught his scent. Leather, sage, something wild. Our eyes locked, and for a breath, the world narrowed to that touch. Then he jerked away, like burned. Practice. Alone. He stalked off, leaving me with a rope that felt heavier than regret. That night, bunkhouse alive with snores and card games, I slipped out for air. Stars wheeled overhead, infinite as doubts. Footsteps crunched. Jack emerged from the shadows, bottle in hand. Whiskey, by the glint. Can't sleep, city boy? Too much sky, I admitted, leaning on the rail. Makes everything back home feel small. He took a pull, offered it. I sipped. Fire down my throat. What are you runnin' from, Grant? The question hung. Honesty or deflection? A man who said he loved me, then couldn't stand the mirror. The words tumbled out, raw. You? What's got you pushin' help away? His laugh was bitter, wind-scoured. Help's a pretty word for pity. Last fella who offered? Left when the ranch went belly up. Bank took it all. My pa's legacy gone. He stared into the dark. Ain't lookin' for saviors. I'm not here to save, just to learn. Pause. And maybe, not be alone in it. He met my gaze, something cracking in the storm clouds. Get some shut-eye. Dawn comes early. But as he walked away, the bottle left behind like an olive branch, I felt the first thread pull taut between us. Days blurred into a rhythm of sweat and sunrise. Mornings in the saddle, afternoons mending fences or doctoring colts, evenings around the fire with guitars strumming Johnny Cash covers. I improved, Rusty and I synced, cows folding under our will like paper. The hands warmed. Cal taught me knots, young Tomas shared smokes and stories of Juarez. Jack? He watched, corrected, but the walls held. Until the storm. It rolled in on week 2, thunderheads bruising the sky, wind howling like banshees. We were herding strays back to pasture when lightning cracked, spooking the herd into chaos. Horses reared, cows stampeded. I spurred Rusty after a calf veering toward the creek, but a gust slammed me sideways. Stirrup caught, whirled, inverting. I hit the mud, breath knocked out, as hooves thundered past. Eli! Jack's shout cut the roar. He was there, thunder sliding to a halt, yanking me up one-armed, body shielding mine as the storm broke. Rain lashed like whips, but his grip anchored me. We remounted together, him behind, arms bracketing, urging us to safety. In the lee of the barn, soaked and shaking, he didn't let go right away. You could have been trampled, fool. Would have been without you. Water streamed down his face, mixing with something fiercer in his eyes. He cupped my jaw, thumb rough on my cheek. Don't make me regret this, he murmured, and closed the distance. His lips on mine, salt and storm, tentative then fierce, a dam breaking after years. I kissed back, hands fisting his wet shirt, the world narrowing to heat and heartbeat. But as lightning flashed, he pulled away, haunted. Can't. Not here. Not now. Why? I gasped, chasing. Betrayal's a brand, Eli. Burns deep. He vanished into the rain, leaving me adrift. The kiss lingered like smoke, flavoring every glance, every lesson. Jack pulled back harder, bark sharper, distance wider. But the hands noticed. Tomas ribbed me gently, Cal's knowing wink over coffee. I threw myself into work, roping tighter, riding fiercer, chasing the high of that moment. Week 3 brought the first real conflict. A letter from the bank slipped under my door. I found it at midnight, seal broken, foreclosure notice. Jack's ranch 6 months out. He'd hidden it, the weight crushing him silent. Morning, I cornered him in the tack room. Jack talked to me. The bank. His face went granite. None of your damn business. It is if I can help. Contacts in Chicago. Investors. Help. He laughed, hollow. Like your ex helped you? Pity from a suit? I told you, I don't want it. He shoved past, but I grabbed his arm. This isn't pity. It's me seeing you, like you saw me in the storm. My voice broke. Don't push me out because someone else did. He whirled, eyes blazing. You think a kiss changes that? I'm 42, Eli. Lived this life closeted so long it's bone deep. Pa would have disowned me, hands would scatter. Last man I trusted? Partner 10 years back. Said he loved the ranch life, then sold me out to developers when money got tight. Left me broken, ranch half gone. You're a spark. Bright. Gone too quick. The words landed like punches. I'm not him, and I'm not leaving till you believe it. He searched my face, then deflated. Auctions in a month. Cutting horse trials, win that purse, buy time. Lose. It's over. Then we win. Resolve settled. A pact unspoken. Training intensified. A forge hammering us closer. Late nights in the arena. Just us and the stars. Jack's hands steadying my form. Breaths mingling in the chill. Touches lingered, innocent, then not. A brush of knuckles. A shared laugh over a botched cut. Emotion built, layered like varnish. His quiet pride in my progress. My ache for the man beneath the armor. But betrayal's shadow loomed. Trevor's calls. Ignored voicemails turning to texts. Miss you. Come home. I deleted them, but doubt crept. Week 4, the trials loomed. We prepped Thunder's sister. A filly named Stormy. Wild spirit. Jack's last hope. I offered to scout sponsors, but he waved it off. Your help's in the saddle, not suits. Hurt stung, but I nodded. Then the bomb. Tomas overheard. Spilled over beers. Jack had a buyer lined up. A corporate type from Billings. Sniffing around for redevelopment. Selling out quietly if the trials failed. Rage boiled. That night, I confronted him by the fire pit. Flames leaping like accusations. You're selling? After all this? His face crumpled. What choice? For the hands, the horses. For you. Running again. Like with your ex. The words flew, venomous. I'm trying, Jack. To build something. With you. You don't get it. He stood, voice cracking. This life chews queers like us and spits bones. I let you in, lose everything. Again. Then fight for it. For us. Tears hot on my cheeks. Or admit you're scared of more than the bank. He turned away, shoulders shaking. Go back to Chicago, Eli. Before you become my next regret. The rejection gutted me. I saddled Rusty at dawn. Rode out alone into the mist-shrouded valleys. Heart fracturing with each hoofbeat. Hours later, return, chaos. Stormy loose, barn fire. Lightning strike. Embers from last night's pit. Hands scrambling, hoses snaking. Jack in the thick. Wrestling the filly. Flames licking hay bales. Eli, Cal yelled. The creek line. Cut it off. I spurred Rusty. Lasso flying true for the first time unassisted. We herded Stormy clear. Then I leaped into the fray, beating back flames with a blanket till the pump truck wailed in. Soot black, lungs burning. I found Jack. Singed sleeve, eyes wild. He pulled me into a crush of arms. No words, just the press of survival. In the aftermath, ranch saved but battered. We sat on the porch steps, dawn painting us gold. You stayed, he whispered. Always did. I leaned in, forehead to his. Help isn't betrayal. It's this. He kissed me then, slow and sure, the world vast around us. No storm, no shadows. Just us, raw and real. But trials waited, and with them the final test. The auctioneer's gavel hadn't fallen yet, but it echoed in every creak of the saddle, every puff of breath from Stormy as we circled the practice pen. Week 5 dawned crisp, leaves turning copper on the aspens, a reminder that time was a thief in flannel. Jack and I moved like conspirators now, lessons laced with stolen glances, hands brushing in the tack room with purpose. Last night's kiss replayed in my mind. His stubble rough against my jaw, the way he'd whispered my name like a prayer. But romance was a fragile colt in a world of barbed wire. The ranch's fate hung by a thread thinner than a rein. Mornings, we'd rise before the sun, coffee steaming in the chill as we worked Stormy through her paces. She was a firecracker, black as midnight, mane like silk, eyes holding the wild of her brother's thunder. Jack's touch gentled her, murmurs low and coaxing, and I'd watch, heart swelling at the poetry of it. See how she trusts? He'd say, glancing my way. That's the key. Give, don't take. I'd nod, throat tight because it mirrored us. My own progress stunned me. Rusty and I cut cows like partners in crime, the arena our stage. The hands cheered now, slaps on the back that felt like belonging. Cal even pulled me aside one dusk, pipe clenched in teeth. Boy, you lit a fire under the boss. Ain't seen him smile since '08. But smiles faded fast. Trevor's texts escalated. Eli, we need to talk. I'm sorry. Then a call I almost missed, voice slurred with regret. I was wrong. Come home, baby. This cowboy phase? It's cute, but real life's here. I hung up, fists clenched, the betrayal fresh as a brand. Jack found me later pacing the bunkhouse. Yeah. I sank onto the bunk. Wants me back. Like nothing happened. He sat beside me, close enough our knees touched. And nothing. This is home now. The words surprised me, true as the stars. His hand found mine, thumb tracing knuckles. Good, 'cause losing you, it'd break more than the bank. We kissed again, deeper, the bunk creaking under shifting weight, but it stayed tender, a promise not a plunder. No rush. This was building layer by aching layer. Afternoon brought the sponsor scout. A slick Billings developer named Hargrove, sued out of place amid the dust. Jack met him stiffly by the office, maps unrolled on the hood of his truck. I lingered at the fence, eavesdropping on wind, whispered words. Prime land for condos, Harlan. Views like that? Gold mine. Jack's nod was wooden, my stomach twisting. Betrayal's echo, selling the soul for survival. That night, fire pit crackling, I broached it. Hargrove, you're really considering. His face shadowed. For the crew. Tomas has a kid on the way, Cal's knees shot. Ain't you dragging down? And you? What about your pa's legacy? Anger flared, hot as embers. Legacy's a luxury, Eli. Reality's bills. He poked the fire, sparks rising like accusations. You'd understand if you'd stuck around Chicago, fought for what you had. The jab landed low. I did fight. For Trevor, for us. He chose easy out. Don't you dare compare. Silence stretched, taut as a wire. Then soft, I'm sorry. Fear's a hellhound, nip pin at my heels. He pulled me close, head on my shoulder. Trials win, we pivot. Lose, I don't know. We held on. The fire our witness, emotion coiling deep. Love's first fragile bloom in thorny soil. Week's end brought the regional qualifier. A dusty fairground 2 hours east. Rigs lined like soldiers under floodlights. The air hummed electric. Vendors hawking funnel cake, crowds in boots and Stetsons. The sharp tang of livestock and popcorn. Jack and I trailered Stormy at dawn. The drive silent but charged. Hands intertwined over the gearshift when curves allowed. Backstage. More like a holding pen, horses stamped, riders paced. Jack adjusted my chaps, fingers lingering at my belt. Breathe, partner. You've got this. We drew mid-pack. My run first, a warm-up cut against a steer fresh off the range. Crowd blurred, just me, Rusty, the beast. Horn blew, we exploded. Faint left, cow dodging right, Rusty mirroring flawless. Hold, release, cut clean. The buzzer sang sweet, score flashing 88. A solid opener. Jack's grin split wide, pulling me into a quick, hidden hug. Knew it. His turn. Stormy under him like thunder incarnate. Cow weaving desperate. They danced, poetry in power, separation surgical. 92. The stands erupted, we were in finals. Celebration was burgers at a roadside dive. Neon buzzing open in the window. Over greasy fries, Jack opened up, rare as rain. Pa taught me this life. Ma gone early, cancer. He never knew. About me. Voice rough. Closest I came? College, brief. Guy named Riley. Sweet talker. But when folks whispered, he bolted. Left me dodging questions. Buildin' walls. I squeezed his hand under the table. I'm not Bolton. Walls or no. His eyes softened. Galaxies deep. Hope so, Eli. 'Cause you're tearing mine down. Brick by goddamn brick. Back at the ranch, under a canopy of stars, we walked the pastures, arms brushing. Talk turned dreams. Mine, a hybrid event planning for ranches, weddings under these skies. His preserving this patch of earth, queers be damned. Laughter mingled with kisses. Slow explorations by moonlight. No fire, just warmth. Human connection, pure as mountain stream. But dawn brought Hargrove again. Offer sweetened. Sign now, Harlan. Trials are gamble. Jack wavered. I saw it in the slump of his shoulders. Conflict brewed. A storm without thunder. Finals day arrived sweltering. Black flies thick as doubts. The arena pulsed. Announcers booming. Barrel racers thundering prior. We scratched high. Me at 89, Jack 93. Contenders eyed us wary. Whispers of that city kid and Harlan's has been. My final run. Pressure like a vice. Steer aggressive, Rusty tense. Start strong, cut sharp, but mid-hold he spooked, microsecond slip. Cow broke free, buzzer flat. 82. Out. Jack's eyes met mine from the rail, no blame, just steel. My turn. He mounted Stormy. World fading to their rhythm. Horn charge. Cow feints, filly counters, Jack's cues invisible poetry. Hold eternal, release flawless. Buzzer. 95. Winner. The purse hit 50K, breathing room. Crowd surged. I fought through, lifting him off Stormy in a bear hug, tears mixing with sweat. You did it. We. His whisper hot against my ear. But as confetti rained, Hargrove cornered him. Still time to sell, champ. Double the offer. Jack's face torn. Eli, I. Betrayal's knife twisted. Choose, Jack. Us or the easy out. He looked at me. Then the ranch hands cheering distant. The ranch. Always has been. The words eviscerated. I walked away. Heart shattering on the gravel. Trevor's ghost laughing. Numbness settled like frost on the drive back. the trailer rattling empty promises behind us. Jack tried talk. Eli, wait. It's not. But I cranked the radio, Merle Haggard wailing about mamas and trains, drowning him. The purse bought time, sure. But at what cost? Me, apparently. By bunkhouse lights, I packed silent, duffel bulging with half-formed dreams. Hands watched wary. Cal cornered me at the door. Don't go, son. Boss is stubborn as a mule, but he cares. Cares more for ghosts, I muttered, slinging the bag. Jack waited on the porch, moon carving shadows on his face. Eli, please. Hargrove's deal. It's a bridge, not the end. A bridge to what? Hide in forever. Tears choked me. I thought we were buildin'. You and me real. We are. But this place. He gestured vast. It's blood. Pa's mine. Can't let it die. And I can? Collateral. The hurt spilled, ugly. Trevor chose safe over me. Now you choose land. Same damn song. His flinch was visceral. That's not. It is. I shoved past, truck keys biting palm. Engine roared to life. Taillights painting him red as I peeled out. Dust cloud my farewell. Chicago loomed, a siren call of concrete anonymity. The drive east was blur. Interstates unspooling like regrets. Motels with neon vacancy mocking sleep. Texts from Jack piled. Come back. Talk. Then Cal. He's a mess, kid. I ghosted them. Trevor's latest. Doors open. A bitter joke. By Billings, exhaustion won. I holed in a dive bar, whiskey burning paths to nowhere. A jukebox crooned Willie Nelson, always on my mind. And I broke, sobs for the man I'd glimpsed beneath the Cowboy, the love I dared believe in. Dawn found me resolute, but the road betrayed. Detour for gas, and there Hargrove's billboard. Bitterroot views coming soon. Rage ignited. I U-turned, tires screaming. Montana calling back like a lover scorned. Ranch at midday, sun merciless. Hands scattered lunch. But Jack was in the arena, roping posts furious, shirt plastered with sweat. He froze at my truck, lasso drooping. Eli, I stormed the fence. Sold it? To him. His nod was ash. Papers signed this morning. Saves the hands jobs, transitions smooth. You bastard. The curse echoed, but cracked. We won. Together. And you. Could have lost you to this fight. He dropped the rope, closing distance. Hargrove's plan keeps the core stables, trails. I stay on, manage. Buy back someday. Lies to sleep at night? Up close, his eyes, red-rimmed, haunted. Or fear of us? He grabbed my arms, grip desperate. Both. God, both. Riley sold me out for less. Thought you'd bolt too, when push came. I'm here. I yanked free but didn't run. Pushing back. For you. For this. Tears tracked his dust-streaked cheeks. Then stay. Fight with me. The plea undid me. I crashed into him, kissed salt sour, hands clutching like lifelines. We sank to knees in dirt. Arena our confessional. Forgiveness in every gasp. No more walls. Just raw human need to be seen, held, chosen. But reality intruded. Tomas burst in, face ashen. Jack. Cal's down, heart, they think. Trucks headin' to hospital. Chaos erupted. We raced to town, 30 miles of prayer and white-knuckled wheel. Our waiting room sterile hell, coffee vending stale. Cal emerged hours later, stable, stent in, gruff as ever. Scared ya, huh? Old tickers, tougher and boot leather. Relief crashed, but Jack's hand in mine anchored. Outside, under hospital fluorescence, he murmured. See? This is why. People over pride. I nodded, the humanistic truth sinking. Love's not grand gestures, but the quiet saves. Back at ranch, half dismantled, equipment crated, we rallied. Hands gathered that night, fire pit blazing defiant. Stories flowed. Cal's wild youth, Tomas's baby due Christmas. Jack stood, voice steady. Change is comin', but we're family. Hold the line. Eyes on me, he added soft. And love, real kind, stays. Cheers rose, toasts to futures unwritten. I raised my mug, heart full, betrayal scar fading to lessen. Week 6 blurred. Final lessons, stormy souled but with promise of visits. My knee twinged less, soul lighter. Jack and I carved time, rides at sunset, talks till stars wheeled. Romance deepened, romantic in simplicity. Wildflowers in my bunk, his head on my chest under quilts. Yet climax brewed. Auction eve, full spread, buyers from afar. Hargrove preened, but whispers. Rival bid, eco-group wanting preserve. Tension coiled. Jack paced. I steadied him. Whatever happens, we face it. Dawn of sale. Crowd thick, gavel poised. Bids climbed, Hargrove aggressive, then the greenhorns. For conservation, keep it wild. Jack's face, hope warring fear. Final call, eco-group, by a hair. Ranch saved, not sold. Least sustainable, hands retained. Elation exploded. Jack hooped, lifting me in spin. Kiss public, unashamed. Hands hooted, Cal's thumbs up gold. In that moment, under vast sky, betrayal transmuted. To trust, to us. But my story, not over. As sun dipped, Jack pulled me aside. Stay, Eli. Build with me. Chicago tugged faint. But here, dirt under nails, love in his eyes home. Always. We walked arm in arm, future a trail unwinding, humanistic heart beating strong. In flaws we find grace. In each other, redemption. Epilogue's shadow lengthened as autumn bit deeper, frost etching windows like lace on the bunkhouse panes. The ranch, reborn under eco-lease, hummed with tentative bloom. Solar panels glinting on barn roofs, trails mapped for hikers who paid to tread lightly. Jack thrived in the hybrid role. Coach by day, steward by dusk, his laugh freer, scar softened by smiles. Me, I stayed, weaving Chicago savvy into the weave. Events for fundraisers. Weddings under aspens where vows echoed our unspoken ones. No rings yet. Ours was a quieter covenant, sealed in shared silences and sunrise coffees. But peace, like high country air, thinned before storms. Trevor's shadow resurfaced mid-November. A letter forwarded from my old address. Crisp envelope, his scrawl pleading. Eli saw your posts. Ranch life suits you. But us? We were real. Give it a shot. Enclosed, a photo. Us at Pride, arms linked, young and invincible. Nostalgia's hook sank deep. Doubts whispered. Was this escape or evolution? I hid it in my bunk drawer, but guilt gnawed. Jack sensed over dinner, chili steaming, hands joking rowdy. Something eatin' you, darlin'? Later, by the fire. Embers low, his head on my thigh. I confessed. Trevor wrote, wants reconciliation. Jack stilled, firelight dancing on his jaw. And you? Nothing, but it stirs mud. Honesty, raw. Makes me wonder if I'm runnin' still. He sat up, eyes steady. Runnin' from hurt ain't same as runnin' to heart. You chose here. Us. Hand to my chest. Feel that? It's yours. Kiss followed, reaffirming tender anchor. But seed planted. Conflict's embers smoldered. Week's end brought the holiday roundup. Hands families trickling in for Thanksgiving prep. Turkeys brined, pies cooling on sills, air rich with sage and cinnamon. I helped Tomas string lights on the big house. His first as dad-to-be, wife Rosa beaming round-bellied. You and Jack, he grinned, ladder teetering. Like old westerns. Hero saves the day. More like sidekick sticks around. I laughed, but warmth bloomed. Family forged not blood. Jack pulled me into the barn that eve, hayloft our hideaway. Talked to the lease folks. Expansion. Guest cabins, you runnin' the books. Eyes bright. Our life, Eli. Ours. The word thrilled, but Trevor's ghost lingered. That night, alone with the letter, I penned reply. Real was then. Now's better. Goodbye. Sealed, stamped, closure's weight lifting. Yet fate, capricious as a Mustang, bucked. Black Friday gale howled in, power flickering, phone's dead. Cal's radio crackled urgent. Jack? Eli? Creeks risin', flood watch. Strays down by the ford. We mobilized, lanterns swinging, horses saddled hasty. Rain sheeted horizontal, thunder rumbling threats. Jack led, I flanked, ropes ready for calves swept in current. Ford churned froth white, debris tumbling like accusations. There! Jack yelled, spotting a yearling mired. We waded in, water to thighs, icy bite numbing. Lasso flew mine true, snaring the beast. Pull strain. Jack braced me hauling. Success near, then slip bank gave, I tumbled current dragging. Eli! Jack dove, arms snaking my waist, hauling against torrent. We clawed shore, gasping, calf safe upstream. Collapsed together, rain pounding, his hold fierce. Don't you dare leave me like that. Never, I choked, kissing him fierce, life's fragility sharpening love's edge. Storm broke by dawn, flood receding to mud-slick memory. Ranch intact, bonds tighter. Over breakfast, pancakes heaped, coffee fortifying, Jack raised mug. To floods and fools, and the man who pulls me through. Laughter rippled, but eyes held mine. Depth beyond words. December crept, snow dusting peaks like powdered sugar. Trial's purse seeded a trust. Hands futures secured. Cal's retirement padded. Jack and I stole weekends. Bozeman drives, diners with vinyl booths, hands laced under formica. Talk turned future. Kids? He mused once over pie. Adopt, maybe. Teach 'em ropes. My heart flipped. Yeah. And pride flags on the fence. He chuckled, but squeezed. One step cowboy. Christmas Eve. Fire roaring. Tree trimmed with boot spurs and faded ornaments. Pa's, Ma's ghosts benevolent. Gifts modest. Me. A silver belt buckle engraved partner. Him. A leather journal for sketches. First page my scrawl. Our story unwritten. Midnight mass in town. Candlelit, him soaring. We knelt side by side, hands brushing. No prayers spoken, but felt. Gratitude's quiet him. Back snow falling soft we made love. First full in his bed slow reverence. Bodies mapping scars, whispers weaving vows. No rush to labels. This was essence, emotional, romantic, profoundly human. New Year's dawned crisp. Resolutions whispered. Stay open, fight fair. Trevor's silence golden. My Chicago past, archived. Spring thawed, ranch greening. I proposed the event, LGBT trail ride, fundraiser. Welcoming queers to saddles. Jack balked, folks talk. But relented, grin sly. If you lead. First riders arrived June, rainbow bandanas fluttering. Laughter echoed, stories shared. Betrayals mended, loves found. Jack watched from rail, pride swelling. You did this. We. Kiss stolen, public now, ranch are coming out. Years folded. Cabins built. Events bloomed. Adoption whispered. Betrayals echo. Faint scar. Reminder. Love's drama. Suspense in surrender. In Montana's embrace, we rode on dramatic duo. Hearts synced. Humanistic horizon endless. Looking back, that first dust-choked arrival feels like a lifetime ago, or maybe just yesterday's sunburn. 5 years now, the ranch a thriving hybrid ecolodge by summer, cutting clinic by fall. Our beds crammed with guests chasing sunsets and self-discovery. Jack's hair silvers at temples, mine tousled freer. Lines etch our faces, but smiles erase them. The scar on his jaw. I trace it mornings, over coffee, murmuring thanks for the man it marked. Our life, though, it's the quiet revolutions that stick. Like the day we adopted Benji, a scrappy 8-year-old from Billings Foster, all freckles and questions. 2 dads? Cool, he'd said, hugging us fierce at the courthouse. Now 10, he's roping calves, sketching horses beside Jack, debating city lights with me. Family, patchwork, but whole, humanity's best stitch. Betrayals? They've paled. Trevor surfaced once, 3 years back, a chance airport run-in, Chicago layover. Awkward coffee, his eyes on our rings. Simple bands, engraved with lassos intertwined. Happy? He'd asked, voice small. Couldn't be more. No malice. Just truth. He nodded, ghosts exorcised. Jack's 2 Hargrove's condos rose miles off. A distant skyline we ignore. The eco-lease? Expanded, preserving more than land. Dignity. For hands like Tomas, now foreman with Rosa and twins. Cal retired to a cabin down trail, visits weekly, yarns spinning endless. Drama lingers, of course, life's not fairy tale. Last winter's blizzard trapped us 3 days. Power out. Stories by lantern. Jack's college heartbreaks. My bar fight regrets. Benji's wide-eyed wonder. Or the trial scare. Stormy's foal, legacy blood. Colicked bad. We nursed through nights. Jack's hand steady. Mine holding his. Dawn saved her. Tears sealed us tighter. Romance? It evolves, less fire, more hearth. Anniversaries on that first storm porch, whiskey shared. Dances slow to radio static. Letters now to future Benji. Love's not perfect, son. It's choosing daily. The event grew. Pride on the plains, hundreds riding rainbow trails, stories of coming outs and standbys. Jack MCs now, voice booming unashamed. Welcome home, y'all. Me? I plan but live knee strong, soul stronger. One dusk, riding tandem. Benji ahead on his pony. We crested the ridge, valley unfolding golden. Jack reined close, hand finding mine. Worth the dust, city boy? Every grain. Kiss soft, Benji whooping oblivious. In America's heartland sprawl, we've carved ours. Dramatic falls, suspenseful rises, emotional depths plumbed, romantic heights scaled. Humanistic end? Not finale, but continuum. Love as verb, betrayal as teacher, ranch as witness. And if the stars still will too vast, we ride under them together, always.